Good morning, it's Robin. I know it's early, but I thought I would talk to you while you're probably having your first morning cup of coffee, because that's what I want to talk to you about today. I've had my struggles with coffee. I totally get it. When I was a kid and when I was like starting university, I thought coffee was disgusting and I didn't understand why anybody would drink it. But then soon enough in university, exams hit and you just want that little extra boost to get you through, and so I started drinking coffee with lots of cream and sugar because I still didn't like the taste at all, and I drank it for years right until I decided we're gonna start a family. And then I decided I was giving up anything that might not be healthy for this new little baby we were gonna be creating. So I decided to give up coffee, but it was easier said than done. I had to like really wean down slowly. It was also the sugar and the cream, I think, that was affecting me. So I weaned down the sugar and the cream first, and I started going to like half calf, and then I slowly went to decaf, and then I was slowly able to kind of cut it out. And I cut it out for a while until I had my second kid, and then my third, and then I was drinking quite a bit of coffee because, kids are tiring, man. So, but I started having all this joint pain, and so one of the things that I could tell was causing it, hi Carrie, or contributing to it anyway, was coffee. So once again, I decided to cut it out, and I felt a lot better. And I cut it out for a really long time. I've been really consistent with the stuff that I've cut out until it's just recently where I was like, my husband has this fancy coffee maker and everybody's always going on and on about how good the coffee is, and I love the smell of it. And so I would just have a cup of coffee now and again, and then it started getting to be more and more often. And I started feeling like, oh, I need that cup of coffee to get me going in the morning. And then I started feeling like I was exhausted by, before the end of the day, like the kids would be getting home from school. Yeah, it's hard to give up coffee, Carrie. My kids would be getting home from school and I would be feeling like wiped, and by about 8 o'clock, like I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I couldn't function. And so I had to admit that maybe this coffee wasn't a good idea, and I started to have a little bit more joint pain again. So I knew I had to quit it again, and it's tough. It's really tough. And even though I hadn't been drinking that long, it was really tough. And so what I did this time, what I found worked, is I was finding it was more the routine of like, as moms, we don't take a lot of time for ourselves. And so sometimes that cup of coffee is the only time we do take for ourselves. So I started heating up some almond milk or cashew milk, whatever I have on hand, and stirring in a little bit of honey. And that's, it's a nice warm drink. It's yummy. It's not a ton of honey. It's less than a teaspoon. And that was satisfying, and like that sort of, hopefully that continues to work. So I decided to do a little research into caffeine and coffee and why it made me feel like this. And so basically what it does, yeah, joint pain. Yeah, I know you got to find a new morning niceness. I think that's important. I think it's important for us to treat ourselves well and have that routine of something that feels good, but maybe it can be something other than coffee. And I know this is a huge issue for a lot of people, and it's, I debated about even talking about this because I know a lot of people are, love their coffee and are not willing to give it up, and it's totally fine. I'm just sharing my experience and what I found worked and didn't work. So what happens is that blood sugar isn't just increased from eating sugar. It actually is also increased by coffee and caffeine, alcohol, other stimulants. Can you believe that? So what happens is the sympathetic nervous system kicks in when you feel threatened, but it also kicks in during any stress or stress on the body, like caffeine. So if you're drinking coffee, you're actually releasing epinephrine and norepinephrine into your bloodstream, and so you're basically getting ready for the fight or flight response. So your body is increasing glucose in the blood, and it's increasing your heart rate. It's increasing your blood pressure. It's opening up your bronchioles so that you can, breathe while you're running away from your threat. So, and also cortisol is released by the adrenal glands, and that helps the body deal with long-term stress. And that mainly does it through also increasing blood glucose levels, but also depressing your immune system, which, that's not so good. So that's why often, if you're feeling stressed for a long period of time, you're likely to get sick, right? Like everybody has probably experienced that because it goes hand in hand. The cortisol depresses your immune system because it's focused on keeping you alive in that moment, right? So when we drink coffee, though, we're not typically using up all that blood sugar in our bodies, and so it has to go somewhere, right? So then your body releases insulin to deal with the extra blood sugar. And then that insulin, it likes to store stuff. It's kind of a hoarder, so it stores it all as fat. So awesome, right? And it's a repeating cycle. You get that energy surge, you get that, you feel great for a short period of time, and then you crash. And then you're reaching for the coffee or the cookies again, and it's just a cycle. And so your energy is going like this throughout the day, and it doesn't lead to you feeling very good. And I can speak from experience that once you get past that first tough bit, I actually feel so much better. I have so much more energy without coffee, and I don't have those crazy ups and downs. I just, instead of my energy being like this, my energy is just consistently like this. It's pretty amazing. So I do have some suggestions for giving it up, because it's a hard process. You need to drink lots of water, a minimum of half your body weight in ounces. And decrease it slowly. Like, I mean, if you're one of those people who can only do things 100%, maybe give it a try, but you're gonna have more trouble. So some of the things that you're probably gonna experience are you're gonna be kind of cranky, you're gonna be irritable, you're gonna probably have some headaches. You're gonna have low energy initially because your body is used to that, and it's gonna be like, it doesn't like things to change, your body. Once it does change, then it's like, okay, that's better. But it doesn't like things to change. So it's going to be like, hey, where's my morning kick of caffeine? You're not sharing that with me. And so you're going to have lower energy initially, but trust the process and know that your energy is going to go up in the long run. So start by decreasing your coffee consumption. Make it so that decrease by half a cup, a day kind of thing, until you're only having your morning cup of coffee. Cut that out too. I know, so tough. So eliminating processed sugar and alcohol during these periods is important too, because they have that same effect on your body, and we want to get our body unused to that effect, right? So it's not producing all those stress hormones all the time. It's gonna help. I know, no fun, but eat whole foods with plenty of fat so that you're gonna be more satisfied and you're not gonna have those same cravings for sugar. Sleep more. Go to bed earlier, take naps if you need to, eat lots and lots of veggies, because we all know that coffee can sometimes help us, help your bowels move and all that good stuff. And so you want to keep that going, but eat lots of veggies, lots of fiber. That's going to help. Focus on decreasing stress anywhere you can in your life. And try some alternatives. Like I was talking about, I do cashew milk with honey right now. You can try herbal teas, whatever you think is going to kind of work for you. And stay active. Don't give up your exercise, even though you're going to feel like not working out because your energy level is going to be lower initially. Keep going with that, because it's going to make a difference in the long run. And don't forget to warn your loved ones about what you're up to, and let them know that you might be a little bit cranky for a little while. And I know it's tough, and I mean, it's your decision, right? I'm not telling you have to give up coffee. It's your decision. But if you're struggling with energy and these crazy cycles of up and down energy like I was, it's something that worked for me, is giving up coffee. It's hard. I didn't want to do it. I like the idea of it. I like the routine of it. I like, the morning niceness of it. But I feel so much better without it that it's totally worth it. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'd love to hear from you what you think about this. Are you going to give it a try? Okay, I will talk to you later. Have a good day.